Hello. So, I have drawn a deep one today. The deep ones are a race of humanoid fish people created by the Great Dark One, Father Dagon. The Great Dark Ones are being incredibly powerful, godlike beings, created and manifested from the primary power, darkness. There's the 6 powers. The 4 primary ones are darkness, light, chaos, order. The 2 secondaries are arcane and terror. The Deep One Society is split into different castes and tiers, with the ones at the higher ends of the totem pole serving Dagon more and doing more stuff for the Deep One Society, like fighting or hunting and stuff like that, and are treated with more respect and get more food and all that stuff, whereas the ones at the lower tiers are not given food or treated with respect. This one I'm drawing here is a Deep One wretch, which are the lowest of the low in the Deep Ones. When it comes to battles and wars, thousands of them are thrown into the meat grinder and just thrown at enemy lines, sent in wave after wave. And the Deep One oracles will actually create portals into the place where the Deep Ones would live, which is known as the 20,000 Leagues, to summon more wretches onto the battlefield. In the 20,000 Leagues, the place where the Deep Ones live, and the place where Dagon lives, the wretches work as the, low peasant class, doing all of the basic jobs, like hauling things, building houses, fueling stuff, all that. And, yeah. They are, quote-unquote, birthed en masse by Dagon. He just barfs. The way Dagon creates the Deep Ones is he barfs them out, basically. He just opens his mouth and spews them out. And the wretches are the ones most commonly made. A wretch could become a higher tier Deep One by doing something of great importance. For example, if they become particularly devoted to Dagon or are able to sway a good amount of the population, they could become an oracle. Or if they become good enough at fighting, they may be transformed into a snapper, which are 2 other castes of Deep Ones. The oracles being the priests and wizards, kind of, and the snappers being the big, bulky, monstrous ones. I think that's all the lore I have for them. Yeah. So, this is a Deep One wretch, like I said. And, yeah, I'm starting out with shading now. Yeah, I really like this drawing. In the end of this drawing, I did a lot of, effects, I guess you would call them. Well, they're not really effects, but in past drawings, I've just stuck to, sketching it out, doing the shading, and then coloring and doing shading with the coloring. And that's about all I've done, but with this one I actually took a lot of the tools that are in Krita, the drawing app that I used on my computer, and I did, some dark ink blot kind of shadow things, and, I gave them a black hole eye. I do that for all of the dark ones. Yeah, because, that for each of the 6 powers, beings can be manifested out of them. And so the Deep Ones are manifested out of darkness. And all of the guys that are manifested from darkness, I always give them black holes for eyes. And I was able to do that with this one, and I think I did a really good job on it. It looks nice. Yeah. I also like the way I did the shadows, the shadows that I'm doing now, the sketch shading on it. I did it in a really messy way that I think goes well with the design that I chose for him. My only problem with this drawing is I didn't make him as, like, fishy as I would like him to be. Because they're based off of H.P. Lovecraft Deep Ones, which are just fish people. Well, I'm not... it's not... As far as I am aware, I am not... It's not quite clear exactly what the Deep Ones are, but from what I can tell, they're just fish people that are under the water and can become super big. So I would have liked to make him look more like a fish if I did it again, but there's other Deep Ones that I'm gonna have to draw so I can make them look like fishes. Yeah. I also really liked the way that I was able to, like, make his bone structure come through. Like, you can see his ribs and then his hip bones, kind of, and his head bone, and head bone, skull. One of the reasons that I did all of the ink blot, it wouldn't be ink blot shadows, but just like all of the computerized shadows at the end, is because I like the colors that I chose from, but they are a bit too bright for, like, a shadow monster. So yeah. Yeah, I'm doing his claws now and all that. What else? So with his fin on his back, when I start coloring that, I wanted to do something like an aurora with it, but so in this coloring step, I just colored it a clear purple, and I wanted to go back and like use all of the, like, special computer drawing tools to try and do, like, something kind of like an aurora on it, but I didn't do it. I was gonna try and do it at the very end, but I couldn't find a way to. Well, I didn't really try. I drew a single mark on it at the very end. But yeah, I do really like the color scheme that I got for him. You see, now I'm gonna go in and do the fin. I was talking about it like 30 seconds early, or a minute early, I don't know. Yeah, so these guys are just like the peasant fish people. And the 20,000 Leagues, I've mentioned it a couple of times. It is an ocean, or a sea, in... I haven't decided where it is, but it's somewhere on the old world that is 20,000 leagues deep, based off of the name and idea of it is entirely based off of the name of the book 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, which is an older book if you don't know what it is. I've read some of it, not all of it, but yeah, and the water in the 20,000 Leagues, not in the book, in my 20,000 Leagues where the Deep Ones lived, the water is pitch black and thick, and yeah, and it was turned that way because all of the Deep Ones and dark things are living in it, and the darkness is so concentrated. So yeah, because since they have the black hole eyes, it pulls all of the light out of the water and everything around them, and makes everything super dark, which consequently makes them stronger, because the more darkness power, the stronger the darkness power creatures get. Yeah. Another thing that I don't really like is the toes on the feet. I think I should have made them more bent. And here you can see me doing the black hole. I really liked how I did it. It was surprising to me how easy it was to do. I just took colors and made like a swirly thing. And here's the, like, ink shadow things. I don't know the word for it, but they look cool. And after this, I went in, and you can see now, and here I'm using the same thing I used to do, like the mud and the blood effects on the Nofek, and except this time I'm doing it as like shadow water. I don't know, it looks cool. Yeah, and this led to me coming up with the 20,000 Leagues being like dark and kind of in the water, and it being like thick and stuff, so that I had an excuse to give him like shadow dripping off of him. I just really like how that looks. And plus, in some spots, it can be like a cool pattern on his skin, it kind of looks like, which is a bonus. I might actually just like make it a pattern for some of the other deep ones that I do in the future. It just looks really nice. And makes them darker, which was a problem. Or is a problem. Yeah. I tried to do as many of the dripping things on it as I could, because I think that looks really nice. It makes it more like watery, I guess. I don't know. I'm just saying stuff. And yeah, so that was my drawing of a deep one. Well, my version of a deep one. So please like and subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.